How are you? I thought everybody was having lunch, but no, it's very late. So we had a very interesting morning. We had first, as you know, the UNAMI, the briefing by Jan Kubiš, and then the very interesting briefing by Personal Envoy Urs Köhler and Kim Bolduc on MINURSO. And then we had Nairobi on a gym, on the chemical weapons in Syria, let's say. And I've been authorized to say something, first on UNAMI. So the members of the Council noted with approval efforts between the federal government of Iraq and Kurdistan regional government to de-escalate tensions. The Council further called on the parties to launch a dialogue within the framework of the Iraqi constitution. The Council likewise took note of the Iraqi Federal Supreme Court's decisions on the Kurdish referendum and the fact that the federal and regional authorities reaffirmed their commitment to and full respect for the Constitution as the basis of a negotiated settlement. Council members further welcomed the publicly expressed agreement of Prime Minister Haider al-Abadi and the Kurdistan regional government to engage in talks and express full support to the Council for United Nations efforts to facilitate this discussion. Mindful of the need for successful national elections in May 2018, Council members urged that all steps be taken to ensure the safe and voluntary return of all internally displaced persons to a situation of stability and safety as soon as possible. The members of the Security Council reaffirmed the respect for the sovereignty, territorial integrity, and unity of Iraq. They also reaffirmed the importance of respecting the rights and aspirations of all Iraqi citizens through the full implementation of the Iraqi constitution. On MINURSO Western Sahara, the members of the Security Council received briefings from the new personal envoy of the Secretary General for Western Sahara, Urs Köhler, and outgoing special representative for MINURSO, Kim Bolduc. The members of the Security Council expressed their support for the efforts of the personal envoy and welcomed his appointment and visit to the region as important contribution to creating the new dynamic and new spirit necessary to advance the political process. The members of the Security Council expressed their gratitude for the efforts of Special Representative Bolduc throughout a 3-year tenure with MINURSO and voiced their continued support for the mission. Thank you.
Did Envoy Köhler explain why he did not visit Laayoune and the headquarters of MINURSO? Did that issue come up?
He gave a very broad overview of his visits. He went to Morocco. He met with all the institutions there. He went to Algeria. He went to. He met with, of course, the Polisario, of course. And he gave a very interesting, not in the details. Of course, it was the first time he came to the council. He gave his vision a little bit, and also his, encouragement in a way that we know it's a very complex issue, but there was a kind of, constructive attitude. So in all the interlocutors he met. So I think there was a huge support in the council for his vision, his, first steps, and of course we will wait now for the, for his work to start.
Ambassador, you mentioned about restarting talks on Western Sahara
well,
in line with the resolution?
That was the main issue, of the discussion. He didn't give any details. As I said, he mainly referred to the meetings he had in this first visit to the council, to the region, and he got some, it's difficult to say positive, but certainly some kind of good feelings about the meetings he had. And so we will see the next, steps he will take. And the Council is very much looking forward to his involvement, his vision, his leadership. There was a lot of praise for his visit and the fact that the outcome was actually encouraging. But we are at the start.
So what is the next step?
Not in the next few weeks. We will start working.
Ambassador, two questions. The first one is about Jim. The Russian ambassador just...
About what?
About Jim.
Yeah.
The Russian ambassador just said that Jim is dead and it's time for a new mechanism.
We had
do you agree with that? And are all the council members are ready to to have a new mechanism other than JIM?
I think that all the council members are ready to have a mechanism for the accountability on chemical weapons, all of them. That the discussion we had, which was quite short actually, because the two previous sessions went on very, very. It just served as to share the views of the council members. There was, a last-minute proposal made on Saturday, I think, by Sweden and Uruguay. And Italy also proposed an administrative arrangement for the JIM, but there was no agreement on that. So I think, but in the fundamental issue of, trying to have a mechanism for the accountability on investigating chemical weapons in Syria, everybody agreed. So we will continue to work on that.
My second question was about UNAMI. Can you tell us what Jan Kobis shared about the intensity in the consultation about the intense situation in Iraq? And is the council, is there a sense in the council that there need to be more follow-up to be done about the situation in Iraq? Or we will only have...
Can I ask which situation? Because in Iraq there are many situations.
Between the Kurdistan regional government
no,
and the Iraqi government.
He referred to the fact that there have been, some pronunciations, some statements by both parties that are, in a way encouraging because they signal that, nobody is going to challenge for the moment. So I think it was positive, and for the way forward we'll see, and it's up to the, the two parties, central government and Kurdish regional government, to continue institution, to continue to talk about that and resolve the differences. But there are positive signs.
Ambassador, Mr. Collar said he was encouraged. Can you speak to that? Can you elaborate on this, having presided over?
Read the press elements, so that would be.